First Sem!
NANI?! お前、これは。
Okay, so let's go now to... Wait. To... Oh no. I really hope you understand yung sinasabi ko kasi. I really hope you understand yung sinasabi ko. Or you read it 3 times para mas madali. So let's now go to the arrest. So muna, let's define warrant of arrest. Warrant of arrest is an order in writing issued in the name of the people of the Philippines. So in every warrant of arrest, meron yung people of the Philippines. It must be signed by a judge, directed to a peace officer, yung PNP, member, commanding him to arrest the person designated and take him into custody of the law in order that he may be bound to answer for the commission of an offense. So, commanding him to arrest the person designated to him. So, yung importante dyan is, it must be signed by the judge, directing a peace officer. So, warrant officer is the one who is directed. So, any member of the PNP and BI holds a warrant for execution within 10 days. So, 10 days yung validity ng isang warrant of arrest. What is alias warrant? Refers to the warrant issued by a judge after returning. So, after ng lapse ng 10 days, alias warrant pag nag-request ulit ng yung police ng another warrant. Search warrant, an order in writing in the name of the field. Mamaya yan. Richard Doe. So, question muna. Paano pag hindi mo alam yung pangalan ng suspect pero kilala mo siya sa tattoo niya, sa moles niya, sa buhok niya, etc. Pwede kang mag-request ng Richard Doe and John Doe warrant wherein wala yung pangalan ng suspect pero nandun yung physical description niya. So what is arrest? Is the actual taking of a person into custody by an authority in order that he may be bound for. So there are 2 types of arrest. Yung with ginagamit mo yung warrant of arrest or the instances of warrant of arrest or voluntary na yung suspect nag-surrender sa police station. Search, the act of examining documents, papers. Complaint is a sworn statement, etc. etc. So, complaint, ito yung kapag ginawa yan ng offended party. So, ganito. A written sworn statement charging a person or a group of person of an offense that is subscribed by the offended party such as the victim. So, for example, gusto mong kasuhan ng isang tao, pwedeng ikaw, sabi nga, pag ikaw yung gumawa, for example, ikaw yung nag-file sa korte, that is complaint. Pag information naman, is an accusation in writing. Charging of person kapag refer mo muna sa prosecutor's office. Prosecutor office ang gumagawa ng information para kasuhan yung gusto mong kasuhan na tao. Ganun. So, arrest, from the word arrestare, means to cause to stop. So, what is arrest? The taking of a person that in order that he may be bound to answer for the commission of an offense. Para panagutan niya or hindi naman yung panagutan agad. Yung para malaman kung siya ba yung gumawa ng crime or hindi. So how arrest is made? By an actual restraint or his voluntary submission. Kung with the virtue of warrant of arrest or siya mismo yung nag-surrender. So yun nga yung 2 modes of arrest. So what is warrant of arrest? Magta tayo ulit. In the name issued, an order in writing, nakasulat siya. Issued in the name of the people of the Philippines, must be signed by a judge, directed to a peace officer, ito yung warrant officer, commanding him to to arrest the person. So, essential requisite of valid warrant of arrest must have, so, yung point dyan is, you must convince the judge. so that he will give you a warrant of arrest. So, as a police officer, you must convince the judge to get a warrant of arrest or to produce a warrant of arrest from the judge or to sign the warrant of arrest. So, paano mo i-convince yung judge? Through the probable cause. Probable cause, sabi dito, is refers to the facts and circumstances which could lead a reasonable, discreet, and prudent man to believe that the property subject of an offense is in the place so to be searched or to be arrested. So, probable cause is a convincing piece of evidence or piece of information that any normal man can believe na may ginawa yung isang tao na mali. So for example, may dinla akong witness sa korte para magpasign ng warrant of arrest. So sabi ko is, this person has personal knowledge on the offense committed by this person. So that itself is parang depende na lang sa judge kung approve yun or hindi. Yung basta probable cause is ang hirap explain actually. Kasi judge yung magde-determine yan kung approve ba or hindi. So basta it can convince a normal person that may ginawang masama yung isang person na yun. So gets ba? I hope you get it. Basta isipin nyo na lang na it will be determined by the judge. So we have discussed yung mga to. Who may issue? Judge. Yung mag-issue lang ng warrant of arrest is judge of a competent court. What is the duty of the arresting officer? So, sabi dito is basahin nyo na lang. Sabi dito is to carry out without delaying the commands thereof. Once arrest is made, the officer executing the warrant is directed to deliver the person arrested to the nearest police station or now once na you conducted arrest, the person arrested must be immediately put into to the police station or the or a jail sa BGMP. So execution of warrant. The head of office to whom the warrant of arrest was delivered for execution shall cause the warrant to be executed within 10 days from its receipt. So, if you have received already the warrant of the arrest, you must execute that or you must do the arrest within 10 days. Or else, kapag you failed to arrest the person on 10 days, you can reapply or you must, hindi naman reapply agad, pero dapat gumawa ka ng report kung why did you fail to arrest that person to the judge. And maybe if the judge will approve that, then he will issue na lang yung alias warrant na yan. So there are instances of warrantless or arrest. So if you want to know more about the arrest, may ilalagay ko sa description ng video na to, wherein meron talaga yung detailed approach na nakuha ko yan sa PNP manual. Basahin nyo na lang. Very easy to understand kung paano. Kung ano ba ang composition ng warrant officers. So, mag-isa lang ba? Ganito. Kailangan ng commission officer. Kailangan ng dalawang witness. Ganon. Kailangan mo ring sabihin yung the nature of the offense committed and the Miranda rights. So, ganon. Punta tayo sa warrantless arrest. So, generally daw, you cannot arrest a person without a warrant of arrest, except with these instances of warrantless arrest. So, sabi dito, when in his presence, the person to be arrested has committed, is actually committing or is attempting to commit an offense. Sa nakita mismo ng polis the person arrested has committed na parang pinatay niya, tapos nakita ng polis na may namatay na tao, tapos yung tao na yun may kasama, tapos yung tao na kasama ng napatay bigla is umalis, then that is that situation. Is actually committing kung sinasaksak pa. Ayun. Is attempting to commit. So for example, nakita ng police na nagbunot ng itak yung isang tao. It falls pwede niyang arrestahin yun. So that is what we call in flagrante delicto arrest. And may mga case studies dito. Basahin niyo. So, simple lang sasabihin ko na mga, isi-simplify ko lang yung instances. And, ayun. So, when an offense has just been committed and he has probable cause to believe based on personal knowledge of facts or circumstances that the person to be arrested has committed it. So, doctrine of hot pursuit. So, for example, may nakita ka na may biglang nag-jogging na, for example, may nakita kang tao na biglang agtaray away from a building. Tapos pumunta ka sa building, may nakita kang napatay na tao, nag-bleeding, ganun. So, you can arrest the person who has parang agtartaray kasi away from that building kasi you can say na siya yung gumawa ng crime kasi siya lang naman yung nanggaling doon. So, that is personal knowledge. That is doctrine of hot pursuit. You can arrest a person without warrant. So, mga instance to ng without warrant, yung hindi mo kailangan ng warrant of arrest. Hindi mo kailangan pumunta sa korte para kumuha ng warrant of arrest. So, you can arrest a person when he is escapee. So, nag-escape from jail or some prison. When the right is validly weighed. When the person arrested consented to arrest or so ganito. Parang nag-surrender siya. You can arrest that person kung hindi siya lalaban. Parang ganun. Parang sabi niya, sige, sir, arrestuhin niyo ako. Ako yung gumawa ng krimen. So, pwede mo siyang arrestuhin. Kasi, his right is validly waived. Nag-surrender siya. Gets ba? So, when an accused who was released on bail attempts to depart, so for example, meron yung tinatawag nilang bail. Ito yung, ito yung babayaran mo yung, hindi naman yung babayaran, pero i-assure mo yung court na babalik ka sa mga following proceedings na, for example, 50,000, magbigay ka ng 50,000 para hindi ka makalis ng, for example, para may assurance ng court na babalik ka pa sa legal proceedings. So, kapag you attempted to go to other countries while on bail, pwede kang arestuhin ng mga PNP without warrant. Okay? So, if a person is violent and may pagkukulang sa utak, the PNP may arrest that person and put him in a mental hospital or DSWD, etc. Ailment requiring compulsory confinement in a hospital. So, ailment daw, parang sakit, na kailangan ilagay ka sa hospital, siguro a deadly virus, na wherein if makahawa ka, makakapatay ka ng tao. So, the police may arrest you pag ganun. Siguro sa COVID, pero hindi naman yun parang, siguro pwede sa COVID yan. No, hindi kailangan ng warrant of arrest. So, there are many information here, cannot really, the video is not suitable for me to discuss this one kasi if you can read it, it is very understandable. Okay ba? So, principle of arrest, etc. So, people exempted from the arrest, so basahin nyo, and etc. So, yung ginagawa ko lang is yung mga simple explanation on this one. If you want the complex one, nilagay ko naman dito. Ako yung parang nilagay ko na para hindi na kayo mahirapan. Babasahin nyo lang. Parang ni-research ko para basahin nyo lang. Okay? Okay ba? So, what is arbitrary and illegal detention? As provided in general rules, so, if you are a police officer and you failed or you arrested a person without any warrant, you will be makakasuhan ka ng arbitrary detention. Yun. So, as a police officer, anong gagawin mo pag na-arresto mo na yung suspect? So, sinabi sa first is immediately put him in a police station or jail or sa BGMP. And after that, you must photograph him, mugshot, i-fingerprint mo siya. Ito yung ipapacheck up mo. Pa-check up mo kasi para to prevent yung baka sabihin binugbog daw, ganun. Record, tingnan mo yung record niya, interview mo, interrogate mo, and etc. Ayan. So, what are the rights of the person under arrest? To be informed of the nature of the arrest. So, kung bakit, pwede niyang tanungin kung, at dapat sagutin mo sa PNP member na kung bakit mo siya inaaresto. Or the suspect has the right to see the warrant of arrest itself. Not to be subjected to violence or unnecessary force during the arrest. Bawal torture. To be visited by the attorney at any hour of the day or night. Pwedeng makitulog yung attorney doon. It is his right. To be visited when confer, pwede siyang mabisita ng mga kanyang mga immediate family, ganun. And to bail. Ayun. So, ito yung rule dito. Detention of arrested person. Any person arrested could be detained through the following guidelines. Ito yung guidelines during the arrest or after the arrest pala. If he was arrested by the virtue of warrant of arrest, he shall be detained until, so madidetain lang ang person na yan or malalagay lang sa police station or sa jail until or matatapos yung detainment niya kung nag-bail siya. Pwede na siyang umalis sa police station or jail pag nag-bail siya. Yung bail is parang assurance sa korte na babalik pa siya para makihearing sa other legal proceedings niya. The court issuing the warrant revokes or lifts the said warrant of arrest. So, if the court parang rini-revoke niya or linilift niya yung warrant of arrest or hindi na magte-take effect daw yung warrant of arrest sabi ng korte, edi that person can go outside the police station or he is now free to go out. So, if he was arrested without a warrant for the commission of crime, he can be detained for 12 hours. Pwede mo siyang i-detain ng isang person 12 hours pag arresto minor lang yung punishment. Arresto minor is imprisonment from 1 to 30 days. Meron yang, hindi ko alam kung alam nyo yun meron yung reclusion perpetua, reclusion temporal, reclusion, prison minor pala, parang levels of punishment siya. At kapag daw arresto minor, yun yung mga less grave offenses, is you can only detain him for 12 hours. 18 hours naman pag prison correctional, 36 hours pag reclusion perpetua, reclusion temporal, etc. etc. So if he was arrested as an escapee where he is temporarily confined while his case is pending, he shall be reconfined. So pag arrested person naman yung inarrest mo or dati nang naaresto, ibabalik ulit sa kanyang kulungan. If he was attempted, so basahin nyo na lang, it's very easy naman to understand. And let's now go to search. Let's define let's define search warrant. It's an order in writing. So nakasulat dapat yan, document siya. Issued in the name of the people of the Philippines, signed by a judge, directed to his officer commanding him to search for personal property and bring it back before the court. May maraming guidelines yung warrant of search warrant na dapat precise yung location ng dapat isa-search mo na nakalagay sa search warrant. So kung sinabi dito is sinabi mo na PNP as a PNP member may parang pag sinabi mong 10 blocks of cocaine sa building A, dun lang suspected 10 blocks of cocaine in building A only, yun lang dapat ang isa-search mo. So ganun, nakastricto ang search warrant. So bakit kaya ganun? Bakit stricto? Kasi ito, may constitutional right tayo. Basahin nyo na lang to. Okay? So where to apply search warrant? Any court, basta nasa territory nyo, sa province nyo, or sa municipality nyo, and etc. etc. So, ano yung requisite for search warrant? probable cause exists in connection with one specific offense. May probable cause na connected and ganun. So don't worry, may ililink ako ang video for this para sila na yung mag-explain kung ano yung arrest and search warrant. So ayun. So ayan, anong gagawin ng PNP pag nakuha na nila yung nasa search warrant? So ibibigay niya sila, ay papakita nila sa judge na nag-sign ng search warrant. So, tapos, the judge will make parang so ganun, basahin niyo na lang. So, seizures of articles found in possession of a person arrested. So, if one is legally arrested for a person, whatever is found in his possession and reason may be seized and use evidence. So, for example, may nakita kang tao na naghihit-hit ng marijuana, pwede mo siyang i-search. So, inaresto mo siya for drug possession, tapos pwede mo siyang i-search daw. So, kung ano yung makikita mo sa bulsa niya, baka siguro may mga marijuana pa doon, can be used as evidence against sa sinearch mo na tao. So, ganun. Instances of warrantless search. Search incidental to lawful arrest. So, if you have arrested a person, meron yung tinatawag nila, parang, you may search him without a search warrant. So, pwede mo siyang kapkapan bago mo siya, pag inaaresto mo siya. And evidence na makikita mo sa kanya habang kinakap mo, pwede mong gamitin yun against him or her. Search in violation of tariff or customs law. So, hindi mo na kailangan ng warrant of arrest pag doon sa mga ports, sa mga airports, seaports, kung mag-check ka kung may mga smuggled goods. Plain view doctrine. Kung obvious na nakikita mo na may droga, pwede mo yung i-confiscate. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-request pa sa korte ng warrant, search warrant. So, yun yung pinakasimpleng explanation of plain view doctrine, pero maraming explanation yan sa mga books about sa criminal procedure. Pero yun lang yung parang simple explanation niya. Search of moving vehicles, ito yung tinatawag nilang mga checkpoints, di ba? Di ba? Kaya pwede silang mag-conduct ng checkpoint. So, yung pwede lang sa checkpoint is that visual search lang. Yung nakikita lang. Hindi yung pupunta pa sa loob ng kotse, bawal yun. So, sa search of moving vehicles, yung nakikita mo lang outside the vehicle. Visual search lang ang pwede. Pwede, hindi yung body search na kakapkapan mo pa yung mga driver. So, nakita niyo yung video na rinatrat na police. Parang sinesearch ng police. Parang nag-checkpoint yung police, yung HPG. Hindi nila pwedeng mag-body search doon kasi bawal. Yung ginawa lang nila is visual search. Kaya hindi na nila nalaman na may high-powered firearm pala yung may-ari ng vehicle na yan. Tapos, inspection of buildings for fire and sanitary regulation. So, yun, consented search, pag his right is valid, for example, nasa checkpoint niya, pwede kang mag-body search, pwede kang pumunta sa loob ng loob ng sasakyan pag sinabi na pwede. Sinabi ng driver na pwede. So, ganun. So, types of search, wall search, standing search, kneeling search, prone search, and etc. If you want to know more about searches, may ililink ako na video and document about this sa description sa YouTube. Ito. So, there are, sa week 9, dito is there are mga difference ng evidences, the kinds of evidence. I just put it here for you to read. So, I will only discuss yung simple. Pag physical or object, ito yung nakakamay mo, natatouch mo, nakikita mo na object, for example, knife, blunt object, mga bullet, and etc. Basta object siya. Meron, under this is yung corpus delicti, if it is part of the body of the crime, so for example, yung body mismo ng na murder na victim, yung murder weapon, that is corpus delicti evidence. Pag associative evidence, for example, may DNA. May DNA siya sa rape na yun. For example, may semen. Tapos yung semen na yun is nalilink sa'yo, then that is associative evidence. Yung mga semen, ganun. Tracing naman is, so for example, the purpose of this is to locate you lang. For example, your boarding pass in parang ano ba? Para i-locate lang yung location mo kung saan ka galing. So for example, CCTV camera, CCTV recordings pala, mga boarding pass sa airport, yung kung saan kung saan ka napunta, ganun. That is tracing evidence. Circumstantial naman is, I won't discuss it, but I don't know circumstantial. Pero I'm not qualified to explain what is circumstantial because I'm not an attorney. Sorry. Pag testimonial naman is kapag nakuha mo yung information sa witnesses. So yung by way of talking. So may ordinary witness and may expert witness. Ordinary witness, yung mga simpleng tao lang na sinabi na kung ano yung nakita nila. Yung expert witness, ito yung kayo, mga forensic science. If, for example, pinatawag yung SOCO, that is, pinatawag yung SOCO sa korte, sa witness stand, that is an expert witness. Documentary evidences, medical certificate, basta papel na kailangan yan sa korte, that is documentary. Ayun. So, nilagay ko lang yung evidences kasi just for additional information. Ayun. Ayun. So, let's now go to criminal identification. First, what is criminal identification? Ito yung parang you are trying to know who did the crime, kung sino yung gumawa ng crime. So, what is the importance of it? It is important in the sense na kapag kilala mo yung crime, may masasabi ka, ay kung kilala mo yung criminal, pwede kang gumawa ng parang, pwede mo siyang i-locate, ay pwede mong, you can use that para gumawa ng warrant of arrest, sabihin mo, suggest kung sino siya, or you can use that to, for example, if kilala ko na, for example, I know that Mr. A committed a crime. So, parang maganda yun na lead na maghahanap, sino kaya si Mr. A na to? Magre-research ako. Parang it's a point of research. Ito yung simula ng research mo as an investigator to know more about the person. So, kuha ka sa regular sources kung sino siya. Oh, so, taga Davao to. For example, may record pala sa PNP, nalaman mo. So, ganun. Parang it is a point of reference. So, there are rules in personal identification, etc., etc., etc. So, there are methods of identification by comparison, by exclusion. So, marami dito. So, meron yung tinatawag nilang. So, there are methods in identifying a person. Meron yung ordinary method, meron through fingerprint, meron through yung DNA. So, sa ordinary method is observing kung ano yung facial features niya, paano siya maglakad, yung gait dito, yung buhok niya, mannerism niya, kamay niya at paa, etc. So that is the ordinary method. Or yung mga scars niya, etc. And etc. Meron yung, ayun, noon, meron yung anthropometrical measurement. Diniscuss na yan sa first na discussion wherein they will measure all your body parts tapos i-record yan sa police station at kapag may magre-request to compare that information sa nakuha nilang data sa isang witness kung sino daw yung gumawa ng krimen, kino-compare nila tapos ayun, si Mr. A pala yun kasi magkaparehas yung measurement nila na kino-compare sa gumawa ng krimen. Ayun. So, meron yung ordinary method, meron yung scientific. Scientific naman is ginagamit ang fingerprint, dental, handwriting, identification of skeleton or anthropological, and etc. and etc. So, ayun. So, this guide is only parang a simple one na hindi ko i-discuss lahat yung nasa handout kasi if you read it, if maganda yung comprehension mo, I think maganda yung comprehension mo kasi you're already college graduate, college level. So, if you read this, you could understand. Okay? Nilagay ko naman na lahat. So, ganun. So, let's end this video and thank you for listening.